Hi. This is Currency C-Drama. Chinese drama The Legend of Shen Li, Part 7. When Shen Li ascended to heaven, she injected some of her spiritual power into Xingyan's body, hoping that he would survive the difficulties and return to his mother. Her mother scolded her for spending 500 years of power just for a mortal. Besides, 10 years later, the other person may not be able to remember her. Shen Li firmly said that she was willing. As long as these two words were needed, a mere 500 years of skill would mean nothing. For the rest of the days, Xingyan lived in the small courtyard relying on memories and bits and pieces of Shen Li. No matter the spring wind or summer rain, he would stand in the small courtyard and miss Shen Li until he became an octogenarian. When his death was approaching, at that time, I still staggered to the river where Shen Li once loved most, and it seemed that Shen Li's presence could still be felt there. Finally, the Queen Mother lifted the restraint on Shen Li. Shen Li walked out and heard that she had been detained for 30 days, and that Xingyan might not be alive anymore. Mo Fang confirmed this. In Mokang Prince's mansion, everyone was excited because of the return of the prince. The palace was decorated with new decorations. The little immortal servant specially made a table of dishes for Shen Li to enjoy. Shen Li always had a good appetite when he was not in the world, but he didn't know why. Facing the delicacies that I usually like to eat, I feel that it is bland and tasteless. In the fairy world, many gods welcomed the return of Xingzhi. Xingzhi had not announced his descent to the mortal world. Everyone thought he was out to relax and would be refreshed when he returned, but he was even more silent than before. Xingzhi said goodbye to his many followers and went to Xianxia alone to pay tribute to his friend who had sacrificed his life. Fu Rongjun was naughty by nature, and when he heard that he was going to marry the king by Kang, who had made great military achievements, he was so scared that his legs were shaking. The spiritual power of King Bai Kang was witnessed by all in the fairy world. Fu Rongjun was used to a life of debauchery, so how could he dare to marry such a god of war? He immediately ran to the residence of the god, kneeling down and begging Xingzhi to withdraw his order, or even cancel the marriage. Xingzhi suddenly remembered that the god of destiny had once asked him to choose a marriage partner with a marriage book. Xingzhi had never worried about such things before, so he just randomly reported a number. Who knew that this number was exactly the name of Fu Rongjun, so this marriage was arranged. Xingzhi helped Fu Rong up from her kneeling pleading position and agreed to delay for a while until they could get to know each other better before making a decision. When people in the spirit world heard the news about the postponement of their marriage, they all expressed confusion, but Shen Li was secretly happy that at least she still had some free days. The master called Shen Li over alone and talked about the importance of this marriage. Shen Li complained that Fu Longjun was an incompetent god. How could he marry such a talented disciple with his great military achievements? The master could understand that although the marriage was disdainful to Shen Li, but once a war breaks out, it is no joke. Not only will innocent people be implicated, but the spiritual world will also be greatly damaged. Not long ago, turmoil broke out in Xushinyuan, and countless miasmas disturbed the people. Shen Li was ordered to dispel the miasma in the face of danger. But long-term peace still requires the power of the fairy world, so as to protect the lives of the spiritual world and recuperate. The master also thinks about the overall situation, and Shen Li understands this, but he just feels that it is too hasty to casually mess with the rules.